We'll be having a session tomorrow where we're looking at tax matters about your business, how to do your taxation, how to calculate your tax, even though you're not paying tax, but you should have an idea of how tax work around your business. So this is what we'll be looking at tomorrow. But today, let's look at what's known as performance management. Many of us are, please, on the chat box, do me a favor. Just put how many staff you have in your business. You can put myself alone, 2 staff, myself plus 2 staff, myself plus 3 staff, myself alone. You can type that on the chat box, please. Let me see something quickly. Please, you can type that on the chat box. If you own your business alone, put sole proprietor. That is a big grammar. Just put myself. iPhone. Thank you. Okay, I can see it. Okay, thank you, Mr. Buhari. Say myself plus 2 staff. Thank you. Mr. Mirani, thank you, sir. You say myself. Thank you. Thank you. Say myself plus 3 staff. Mr. Ephraim say myself plus 2 staff. Thank you. Please, let's push this in. I want to see something. I want everybody here to engage here. How many staff do you have? Okay, thank you, Melody Francis. Where's the Melody Francis is one that gave me this cup when we met in the conference in Lagos. Thank you so much. You see, I see it's your cup. You see on my table it's last year. So please let's mute our mic. So thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. He said myself and 3 staff. Good. So today we're looking at performance management. Performance management. Performance management. Performance management. So this training is designed in a way that it can help. We're having a 360-degree look on our businesses. 360-degree look. Whereby in case if tomorrow it's time for us to do some things in our business, how do we measure our performance? What should we do when it comes to managing our businesses? So let's come back to our site here, our week here. We're in week 3. We're going to look at negotiation next week. But today we're going to look at performance management. Can you see my screen, please? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So this serves as our curriculum, as our roadprint, so that if you are sure that what it is we've agreed to teach you is what we are teaching you. So today we're looking at with module 5, performance management. You say what? In fact, you learn effective way to manage and motivate your staff for maximum productivity and performance. You will learn how to set clear expectation, productivity and constructive feedback, and recognize your employer's contribution. At the end of today's session, you'll be able to identify areas where you need area to address performance and that have been holding your business back. Please, don't say I'm a one-man business. This does not concern me. You yourself, you will need a scale to measure your performance, to see what you've been doing. How have you been doing? Are you doing the right thing? Have you just been struggling round circles? What exactly have you been doing? That is the question. But now, I want to can you help me write on your book or wherever you're writing on? You cannot have a performance management without you having an SOP. SOP means operational standard of procedures. Operational standard of procedures. Operational standard of procedure. That's what SOP means. It has to do with what? How should things be done? Many of you are struggling right now because you are the only person in your business right now. Some of you are overdue to employ someone in your business right now. But because you are scared that it will reduce your profit, you are doing everything alone. Some of you need a helping hand right now as a one-man business. But because you lack the self-discipline to run the business on your own, you can employ somebody. A lot of us here, I don't know how on earth a business owner will own a business. You show up at your business by 10 a.m. in the morning and close by 3 p.m. No, it doesn't work that way because your body language is what your company, I said before, your business is an extension of you. Your business is an extension of you. If your business is not doing well, check yourself. I have a friend of mine. She resumed in her place of work around 10, 11. You will tell me, oh, Fure, I'm the owner. I can wait to resume whenever I want to resume. You resume by 11 and close by 3:30. What have you done for that day? So first, one way we can improve our performance is to change our attitude as business owners. I don't want to know your nature of business, but if you cannot be in that business by 8 a.m. in the morning with true self-discipline, let's say you are working in a site or whatever you're doing, you cannot be at your business by 8 a.m. How on earth will your staff respect 8 a.m.? That's another big question there. So some of you, as I said before, you have the connection, you are struggling. Some of you know what to do. You have the business you want to, you have the stock, the product in your shop, you are struggling. Some of you have the finance, you are struggling. Or everything still boils down to lack of discipline. You cannot demand what you cannot implement from your staffs. You cannot demand what you cannot implement from your staffs. So that's why we see the first point for business growth strategy is discipline from you, the business owner. When do you resume your office? When, please, a second, please. All right, I had the phone ringing. So when do you resume your office? When do you close from your office? Discipline is the bedrock for sustainable business growth, not your letterhead paper, not your logo, not your store, not your shop, not your website, not the people you know, not the English you can speak in 3 seconds. If you lack discipline as the bedrock of your business growth, everything crumble, everything collapse. So that is why we're having the first study, we're looking at what? Operational standard of procedure. Operational standard of procedure. This enable you measure what you want to do in your business. How should things be done when you are not around? When you are not around, how should things be done? You as a one-man business, do you have a pattern at which you do things? Some of you are finding it hard right now to employ somebody to work with you because you yourself don't know what you are doing. If you ask yourself, what I want to employ person for? What are you doing? What I want the people's salary for? Not knowing that you are overdue. You are feeling tired right now. You are feeling confused. You are getting mentally drained because you do everything alone. So can somebody help us read this on this? Can you read what you can see on the screen, please? Who can help us read through? Who is reading for us? Who can help us unmute your mic and read for us, please?
I can't see anything. Just you.
We're just seeing Boostman logo.
Voila, deal. Sorry, let me pull it off. Let me pull it off again. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Can somebody help us read this? Read what you can see. Who's reading for us, please?
Standard operating procedures are step-by-step instructions that act as a guideline for employees to carry out or tasks to enable the business meet its customer pain points, needs in bracket, in form of product or service. SOPs aim to quality output and uniformity of performance, reducing miscommunication and ensuring compliance with industry regulations.
Okay, good. Now, for every business you are in, there should be a standard of operational procedure, a step-by-step of how should things be done. Let's say you say spare parts. If you go to where they say spare part right now, I've ever been there. They'll tell you, let's say you want to buy Honda products. So you go to Honda line, go to BMW line. That one is too far. Have you ever been to the market? You want to buy meat. They'll say go to the meat line, or they'll tell you go to the baby line. Have you ever experienced that before? Hello? You can say yes or no, either on mute or put on your chat box. Have you ever gone to the
Yes,
market
sir.
before? They'll tell you
Yes,
to go
sir.
to a
Yes, sir.
particular line and go and buy something.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So that alone is a standard operational procedure. So ask yourself, if you are not around today in your business, who can do that thing for you? So the first way you can look at operational procedure is this. The first thing here is standard. S stands for standard. Under that standard, we have the first thing to look at is regulations. Every industry will belong to have a regulation. If you're into real estate, there's a regulation that says, okay, before a buyer transfer money to your account, you need to show them verification. If you are a doctor, before you can touch a nurse or touch a patient, you should have some certification. It's a regulation for every business. No matter what you are doing, whether you are selling digital product online, there's a regulation for it. So, but a lot of us don't even know the regulation guiding what we are doing. That's why we are struggling. If you want to sell water today, there's a regulation. That regulation is about what? Between Nestle and Eva, which one is fast moving in the market? That's a regulation. That is a market regulation unknown to the companies. So in what you are doing right now, have you taken time to ask yourself, what is the regulation around what we do in our company? Please, can you type, in the chat box, can you type what you do there? Just type your line of business there. Just type your line out. So there's somebody in our midst here that into food, sales of food stuff. There's a regulation in that place. Now, you cannot go and buy Weevil beans and keep in your store. That thing is a regulation. That is to say, when you are buying that beans in the market, you should check well. Does it have weevils? Let's say you're into construction. You cannot just end up with now. Things are going up. Do you need a contact in Dangote Smith in Okwila factory? That's a regulation. Now, Mr. John Glass says he's into fabrics. It's a regulation in that area. You might not have a tailor association, but what kind of material do you buy to sew for your customers? That's a regulation already. What kind of fabrics? Now, I'm into custom branding. The regulation around there, do you understand color patterns that can attract people as a brand color? Those are regulations. Doctor said, okay, he said, I'm into medical diagnosis. Perfect. You have a standard regulation there. How long does it take to do a test and share with your clients? That's a regulation you can write down. They're not, okay, Mirani said, I'm into travel and tour. Fantastic. Under travel and tour, what regulations are covering each country? Let's assume when we go to the UK now. UK is rolling out a lot of rules. For example, UK said by December last year, they cannot allow people to bring in their citizens in. Are your staff aware of such? Dubai has banned Nigeria. What other routes can people use to travel to Dubai? That's a regulation. If you're into travel and tour, do you do visa? For example, now, some days ago, somebody linked me on how to an app that talk about this app here. You must have seen Mr. Mirani, Passport Index. On this Passport Index, you can put in your country on this Passport Index, and you match it with other countries and see how many countries you can access with your international passport. This alone, this Passport Index right now is a regulation. So when somebody is asking you, which country can I travel to with Nigeria passport? At your level, sir, it's not for you to engage. Sorry, my secretary will get back to you on that. Not you chatting, okay, check this particular place. You can go through it. No, at your level, okay, I've heard you. My team member will get back to you on that. At your level, sir, if you're into travel and tours, you don't need to, it's just about having the regulations. So Mr. Barry said he's into computer trainings and Oriflame product. I use Oriflame. I can say your product is expensive. Your perf is off the roof. So how best can you, what other add-on can you sell? Now they pay somebody sold for me. It was 65,000 naira for one. Now ask me, what other add-on can you add to this 65,000 for this PEF? That can form your standard of operational procedure in your business. So go back now. The tax for today, please write it down. There's a tax this evening. Write down the regulation in your business. Write down what the regulation in your business. And Honest or Temba, please take down this note. This and
Yes, sir.
that's why I insist.
Yes, sir.
That's why I insist that it's a live class, not a recorded class. So number one thing, I need to write down the regulation in your business. Whatever you are doing, think well, just think through. There's a regulation. Now, if you're into livestock, yes, sir, I'm into poultry farming. The regulation in my farm is that first, there are different birds from point of lay to day old. If you are doing layers, a bird is supposed to lay every 42 hours, every 28 hours. 1,000 bird will give you minimum 25 crate of egg if they are healthy. So that is a regulation. 1,000 birds, for them to lay well, they need to eat minimum 4 bags in a day, standard, or 3.5 bags. So that's the regulation. Write it down. The man that's into fashion, how do you cut? Do you sew May alone? If yes, how do you cut your materials? Are you the only one that know how to cut material in your shop? Or without you around, nobody can cut that material? That is a regulation. Mr. Yaya, who is into medical diagnosis, I'm glad at your level you must have had those people on ground. Now, what the regulation will now center around, how should things be done? What is the measurement of each of these particular tests they should do on a daily basis? This is regulation. Now, the next one will be documentation. Now you know your regulation, you need to document it down, step by step. What should happen? What should happen at step 1? At step 2, let's assume, say, let me for that person business here. Please, you can type in your business. Now we can have a lot of businesses sample on this call here. Please type in your business. But let's say you're into livestock now. How should they take care of the bird or your chicken or your cow when you bring to your farm newly? In the morning, how many food should they give to them in the morning? Like in my farm right now, we feed our bird 6 a.m. in the morning and 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Because it's what they eat, they used to produce. That alone have been documented already. This is an SOP. Please just put on the chat box. If you are getting value, just type something in there. Type anything, be sure that you are hearing me. Type anything in one word of how you're feeling right now. The next one we're looking at also now be what? Quality. A lot of us are not having retainership of customers because we lack quality control. We are all after the money. How much? You don't even ask, are customer getting value? The man that's into travel and tour, do clients chase you around to get feedback for information about what you are doing for them? How many travel packages do you have right now? Are you able to put those travel packages, breaking it down that people can easily understand their travel packages? Is your website up and running? These are questions we should ask ourselves. When somebody pay you money for tickets, how long does it take us to reply that person? That's quality control. So now see that standard is number 1, regulation, documentation, and quality. Regulation, documentation, and quality. Regulation, documentation, and quality. Now if you can achieve this, sir, if you can lock in this in your business, you don't need to sit down there every day. Because remember I said something in our last class one time, that business is about what? Operation and strategy. Operation and strategy. But a lot of you are still burying your head under operation because you don't have standard to separate you from them. Everything you know is inside your head. Once you are feeling headache now, that business is feeling headache. If you don't feel like going out, your business is closed. You cannot see why you're running down circles. You cannot say even after your imam, your pastor have prayed for you and said this year is your year. You are still struggling because you cannot separate your business activities from yourself. So next time we'll be looking at also what we will now take on to the next one. Operating. Number I said is SOP, standard operating procedures. Now under this, now look at what here? Development. Look at your business right now. If you've done, because every task in this session is linked to each other. So if you miss the first one, you might struggle in the second one because the people that did the first one already have a document that will fall back to and adjust. So please, if you know you've not done the first one, take time to, I've told my amazing team members to go back and put in those documents and go back there, I mean to say, and put in the assignment so that you can do that one and come back and continue with this one here. So that being said and done, look at development. In your business, we have 4 resources: material resources, financial resources, intellectual resources, and what? I forgot last resources, human resources. Thank you. Please type it on. I want able to type it. In my business, I have 4 resources: human, material, intellectual, and material, and human. Type it on the chat box. I want to use your hand to type it on the chat box. I have 4 resources in my business: human resources, financial resources, intellectual resources, and material resources. Type it on the chat box, please. In my business. What you type, you remember, in my business. I want 5 people to type that. 5 people to type that as we proceed. 5 people before we proceed. 5. We have 15 of us. I need 5 people to type in that. In my business, I have 4 resources. You can put 4 key resources: human, financial, material, and intellectual resources. Type it on the chat box, not on your book, on the chat box, please. Who is typing it there? In my business. Thank you, Homsones, for that. He said, in my business, I have 4 categories of resources: human, intellectual, financial, and material resources. Please, somebody else should type that. Thank you, Mr. John Glad. He said, in my business, I have 4 resources: human resources, material resources, intellectual resources, and financial resources. 3 more persons to push it in. In my business, I have 4 resources or key resources: human resources, financial resources, material resources, and intellectual resources. Who is typing it there? 3 more persons. 3 more persons. Okay, 4 now. 1, 2, 3. We need 2 more persons to type in that there. 2 more persons, please. My business, I have 4 categories of resources: human, intellectual, and financial resources. Who is typing it there? Mr. Goodluck, are you on this call? Mr. Melody, are you on this call? Mr. Mirani, are you on this call? Mr. Ephraim, are you on this call? Mr. John Glad, are you on this call? Mr. Yaya, are you on this call? Emmanuel, are you on this call? Dwara, are you on this call? Thank you. Let's do this now. Fantastic. Mr. Mirani, thank you so much. He said, perfect. So, you need to develop this aspect of your business. The human resources, your financial and material. These 4 is what makes you a CEO. You're waiting for you to coordinate these 4, meaning on Monday morning, how is your human resources doing? Your staff, if you don't have staff, how are you coordinating that aspect of your business? For the financial resources, the money a client paid you last week, have you done that job? How much profit do you make in January? Your sales process in January, how was it like? How much are you expecting in February? Who do you think will pay you by March? Those are sales focused. Those are things I expect us to analyze as business owners. Not just carrying complimentary card everywhere. You are a CEO, I'm the owner of this company, I'm a boss man. No, sir. How much are you making is the question, not what you've done. So you need to develop a model for that 4 things. So under this development, please write these 4 under: material, financial, human, and intellectual. Right under that between you are doing remember, I'll take it back quickly now. Regulations, documentations, quality, and development. That is what we've talked about since. Under regulation, I talked about you need to intentionally, please put on our group that the training is ongoing so that people can see that chart. Put it there. Under regulation, I say go and look at your industry to know what is the regulation under your industry. That's what I said. No matter what you are doing, there's a regulation in that place. So I say you need to document it. How should your staff do? Now you know the regulation. What should your staff do? That's about the quality. How should the quality of what you do look like? Let me ask this question. Do you think this training you experienced quality so far? Who can unmute your mic and speak? Do you think you've gotten quality so far? I'm not talking about value. Do you think the training system we did have quality?
Yes, so much quality.
Okay, how, ma? Can you point that out, ma?
First of all, quality of information, quality of clarity, quality of direction. I'm able to see where I'm going wrong in my business. And since last week, I've been able to effect a lot of changes in my business.
Okay. Thank you. Who else again? Do you think what we've done from the people calling you, how many of you have received call from my team members? When they call you, how do you feel? Just walk us through those things. Do you think you've gotten quality for our service so far? Who else is speaking?
Sure, sir, I have.
Okay, elaborate. Share more insight on that.
All right, sir. I've been in business for 4 years, and honestly, for 4 years, I thought I was busy doing the right thing. But through your teachings, I've been able to see my loopholes.
Mm-hmm.
And of the truth, I've not been keeping records in my business.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of getting back the capital, but with the formula you have taught me for the past 1 week, I've seen changes, sir. Positive changes, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So, any other person, when my team member call you, how do you feel? Do you feel second? Just express when you get that call about have you done your assignment? How is it going? Walk us through that. Who is speaking? Who is speaking? You know you received call from my team member at any point. Unmute your mic and share with us.
I have, sir.
Okay, sir. Go on, please.
Yes, sir. Of the truth, your team have been so amazing and caring. Like they called me like few days ago asking me about how about my assignments. Is there anything that I'm confused about? So of the truth, you have an amazing team, sir.
Okay, thank you for that aspect there. Who else again? Who is unmuting your mic to speak? One more person. I will explain why I'm asking this question. Who else again?
Okay, so first of all, today is my first class.
Okay, sir.
Since I started this, and really for every time I get a call from one of your staff letting me know that there's going to be a session and I should prepare for it and all that. So this has happened like 3 times, even though I'd never been able to join and all that. But at least for the few minutes I've been in this class since it started, I mean, I could tell a whole lot of things that are that I do not know, actually. So I would say I've been running a business and I've been finding it very difficult to put that, to be accountable, putting everything in writing, documentation. So in my head, I know that, okay, I'm making profit, but I really cannot tell that from July to December, this is the amount of money you have, made or you've sold in terms of sales and whatever. But from what you just teaching at the moment now, this standard operating procedure, I mean, I could tell that there's a whole lot embedded into it that I know that I can go back. And that's one of the reasons why I felt in this year I wanted to change some stuff. And that's why I'm in this course. And I think I'm getting to where I want to. So I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good. So now that alone is the quality service you received. You know why? When you beg people for feedback, it's because you must see your goal should be people should become an ambassador of what you do. When clients buy from you, create time to call them, follow up on them. Don't make them feel you are a thief. You just want to collect their money, to hell with them. I understand some of you do a lot of volume. People come every day, different people. But I can tell you, Sama, if just only you can get a paper to write their phone number, write their everything, and call them. Hello, how are you doing, sir? How are you doing, ma? How was what you bought from us? How is it like? But because some of you are selling the wrong thing, so you don't have the morale to call. The guy that did tests in your hospital, sir, so you should call that person. How are you doing? The malaria, how is it going? Have you got to buy those drugs? The test you came to do, how is it like? Sir, this can trigger your revenue. Anybody that come to your place to do tests, get their phone number and call them after 3 days. Hello, how you doing? I'm calling from XYZ Diagnosis Center. You did test in our hospital some days ago. We're just going to do a follow-up on you. Have you gotten drugs? How is it? I hope you are getting a bit better. Thank you. We just want to show empathy that we care for you. Sir, that alone can put your center ahead of everybody in Kano. I don't know if you are still on this call. I don't know if the man is still on this call yet. Are you still on this call, sir? It's not yet. So that alone can put your business on call. Mr. Mirani, you say you have a travel and call. I don't know how you do your packages here. That's why you can ask that you need somebody that can help you make those calls. So that as CEO, we do damage control. If anybody is bashing your staff to help with your services, it's a bad services. Your staff will give you a feedback. You cannot come in as, oh, so sorry, good afternoon. I was told of XYZ, I'm sorry. But when you call them directly, it becomes an attack on you. But because you cannot create this system, you feel employing the staff is expenses. You do things from your room, from your car, from your laptop. No. Structure to make more money. You need to structure to make more money. So that's why you need to document it down. The next time we're looking at also another word, implementation. Yes. This is where a lot of us fail woefully. We don't have the willpower to implement. We want to do it when it's comfortable. No, sir. You can't do it when it's comfortable. You can see you are against time. You are far behind schedule. The party have long gone. So what do? You need to implement immediately. Now, this evening, my team member, our business development, sent me a document on staff. I told her, get me a staff performance indicator, a staff performance appraiser. How do we measure our staff performance? What should we do? And I got that document. I'll share it with us here. So you need to what? Implement. How should you implement these things in your place of business? Whether you have 1 staff or 2 staff. But some of us are having issue with our staff because we are having people that don't have the capacity to work with us. Excuse me. Because we're having people that don't have capacity to work with us. Your highest for 25,000, you want to cut costs. 30,000 naira. If you're trying to cut costs. Now, get something right. Like the guy that's into stock, food stuff now. Most definitely, the people that help you to offload and take to your warehouse, you pay them around that amount. But is it the people that help you run that business? Please, the minimum you should get in should be an OND or HND person. You know why? Your human resources play a vital role to your financial resources, material and intellectual resources. No matter how good you are, if you get someone who cannot reason at your level or close to your level, you will still struggle. So, under implementation, how should things be done? The other we're looking at here on what? Process. What is the process of what things? How should that thing you've implemented? At what time should they do it? At what time should they stop? At what time should they call? At what time should they get back? Many of us don't have this process. That's why you don't have workflow. So you must be able to identify the process in your business. For example, if I want to book a flight ticket right now, what do you need from me? It's a process. Documentation number one, get me your data, your passport data page. Which country are you going to? What's the date of, what date are you traveling? What day are you expecting to return back? You can design a form, sir. If form and send to the person, instead of you chat me what you want to do. No, that form you are designing alone is branding, and it shows that this person knows what he or she is doing. Not on phone. Send her from me for WhatsApp. I will check on later. No, sir. That's why you're losing money in that business. That's why you see to people when it's time to do big thing, they ignore you and take the money to somebody else. The way it's time to just do some little running around, they are calling your phone. You know why? Because you've told them that I am only good for the garbage. When it's quality, don't call me. Many of you, over time, you've told your customers, your clients, your friends and family, when it's quality, don't call me. But when it's nonsense, any dial my number. Have you told them verbally? No. But your actions, the way you do things, the way you handle your business activities, is what have showed them that this guy cannot handle it. Let me ask a question here. Have you at any point in time snubbed a family and friend? Mr. Adeola, please, can you mute your, thank you, sir. Please, thank you. So have you at any point in time snub a family or friend to go and give somebody else to do something for you because you feel they will not do it well? Yes or no? Type on the chat box, yes or no. I have or I have not. Have you at any point in time left family member and go and give to somebody else that you know they can do the same thing, but give to somebody else? Okay, thank you, Mr. Mirani. Say yes. Who else again? Have you at any point in time, you know, they do this thing for your brother, your sister, your uncle, your cousin, your friend, or you grow up together. He does the same thing, but he gives to a stranger. Have you ever done that before? I've done it before because the person could not prove to me he can handle that thing when I give to the person. So many of you today have done the same thing to people. You've said for several years, you know what, when it's quality, don't call me. So that's why you need to have a process. How should people get through to you? The next thing I've been looking at also, you're not be looking at procedures. Talk about what? Standard, talk about operating. Now talking about procedures. Procedures. How should things be done? Under your procedures, what is the function like? Then look at what? Strategy. You need to have a clear strategy for your business. You need to have a what? A clear strategy for your business. How should people connect with your business? What should be the procedures? Can somebody help me explain procedures? Strategy. To you, what do you understand? What do you understand by strategy when it comes to your own business? What do you understand by strategy when it comes to your own business? Just type, right? You can explain to me there. Who is speaking? Okay, thank you, Mr. Ryan. Say a unique method in fulfilling a business need. Okay, that's a good one. A unique method in fulfilling a business need. Who else again? Who is sharing with us? What to you? What do strategy means to you? You can unmute your mic and share with us. We're all here to learn. Who is speaking? Mr. John Glad, Mr. Ephraim, Mr. Meadows. Melody
Hello.
France. Hello, good evening.
Good day, sir.
Good, yes, sir.
Well, strategy in my own language simply
It's your name.
means
Your name, sir.
Mr.
Where are you joining us from?
Mr. Ochina, I'm joining from States, somewhat.
Okay, sir.
Oh, so in my own way, in my own language, strategy simply means an idea or systematic way of doing your things, being exceptional from other people's, from others. Do you get that, sir?
Yes, yes.
An idea or system of doing something different way from other people. Maybe the others, but your own system or idea is quite different in a unique way.
Okay, thank you. In a unique way. I like the word unique. It's adding up now in a unique way. Mr. Rani said unique way. I'll take fulfillment, fulfilling, and unique. One more person again. One more person again. One more person again. Who else is speaking? Hello? Okay, one more person I've typed. You say a strategy is a way of attracting partner. New partner. Okay, good. Now you now have your regulation. We documented it. You have the quality control of the minimal things of the minimal things you want your business to offer, meaning the minimal value, the minimal quality you can give. You are clear with that. Now the development. Then you're not doing to a document. You cannot have a plan of implementing it. You know the process of how you want it to be. Then you now have a clear strategy. How do I implement that? I'll show us what we'll do in my own tool. Then here you now have what? Instruction. The fact you've written down those documents, you need to explain to your people. You need to communicate to your staff. You need to communicate to yourself. You need to communicate to yourself also. How should things be done in your company? In you, Abraham Orukwe, how do I want things to go? How do I want things to go? That can form, again, your instruction to yourself. Don't just assume your staff will know. Don't just assume people around you understand how it should work. No, sir, it does not work that way. So instruction comes in by you clearly. Can you clearly asking those questions? How should things be done? What do you want? So if you have staff or more, they bring them together. You can follow what we've talked about this evening. I can assure you, you'll be glad you did. The last one might be workflow. How should things work? When people, let me ask a question. About people that have my WhatsApp number directly, when you paid, say somebody reached out to you, you send your payment to somebody, that is a workflow. So please, your personal procedure is something that you should take very serious in your business. Your SOP is what determines what your performance management. It's not just about I have a business. It's not just about I'm a CEO. It's just about I have a company. No, sir. No, man. You must and you should clearly at all time. Clearly at all time. Put in this thing. But how on earth can you implement when you wake up by 10 o'clock as a CEO? How on earth when you show up in your business place 3 times in a week? How on earth will you think it will work in your business? How do you think you can scale up your business like this? You can't, sir. You can't, man. Because it will not become do what I say, not what I do. So now we've talked about this. Then I'll be looking at also, we'll look at what? Performance management. Let me take it off. I want us to go to something, something very important here. Under your performance management, that key elements you need to put in place. For your business to grow successfully, you need to put this in place. Planning. You need to ensure you plan out everything. It's very important. Planning is very important. You need to ensure that you plan out everything in your business. You must be intentional. But unfortunately, a lot of us are not intentional in our business owner. We just do this anyhow. After all, let me get the company, now my business, now where man the work, man the chop. No, sir. It's wrong. You need to plan that business. And I can tell you, if you can go through that SOP we talked about, you already planned the business already. If you can go through that SOP, your quality, let me take it back. That what we discussed about things, you've planned the business already. The monitoring. Many of us, we plan a lot, but we cannot monitor what we are doing. We don't have a feedback system. We don't go back to check what happened in January. You only plan from 1st of January. You don't go back to monitor what you are doing. How much have I made from January till now? That is monitoring. Print out your bank statement for January. Analyze the inflow. How much came in? How much did we use to grow this business? Your Facebook handle. What ad are you doing? Your social, what's it called? Your WhatsApp. Do you have a WhatsApp business right now? That is a monitor. I can monitor for that. Your Instagram account. Yes, my mom might say, into this. There's a lady that is selling Okpa. She runs Facebook ad. Have you seen that lady before? So you can put on your chat box. Have you seen ladies that sell Okpa and run Facebook ad? They call it Okpa something. I want us to get a feedback. Have you seen that woman? She sells Okpa, but she runs Facebook ad for it. So if that woman that sells Okpa can run Facebook ad, you that is selling food stuff can run a Facebook ad to target your community. Yes, there's market close to you. You must have seen a POS person staying near ATM. Thank you, Opsones. You've seen her. You must have seen a POS person having his POS stand near an ATM. Yes, the person knows ATM will always pay. At times, you might not pay. So you that is about to monitor your business, go back and check. Yes, in what area have I disconnected from this aspect? Thank you for that information. You say Abasha, Abuja, good. The other number of developing. Every time you plan, you monitor, you realize that there's a place for you to go back and do adjustments. The guy that's into traveling again, your goal was to do how many turnover, how many people do you want to do ticketing for in January? Are they 100? If yes, they are 100. Have you gone back to monitor it? Did I hit my target in January? What do I need to develop in February to ensure that at the end of the day, I smash my February targets? That's another question, sir. Then not take it a step further. Look at what? Reporting and rating. Don't just develop and stop there. Take time to go back and take time to report to yourself. As a one-man business, report to yourself. You can't just say, I'm the owner of the business now. No. The way you are doing that business, can you attract investors? It's when you say, okay, how far are you doing? Can I see your books? I want to invest in what you are doing. So if you lose that opportunity. So that's why the next thing we're looking at will be rewarding. Yes, it's very important you reward your team members. If you have staff, reward them. If you are alone, if you don't have staff, you are the only person there. Take yourself as part of rewarding in your business. You can pay for a training for yourself. Myself, because we've hit this target, I'm paying for a training for us to attend. If you are rewarding yourself. Now we looked at this. Let's look at some things that you can use to measure your KPIs in your business. The first one will now be what? Average turnaround time. Yes, this is it. Average turnaround time. If you are still on this call, please, if you can hear me on this call, just type in how you are feeling right now. Just type in how you are feeling right now on the call. Type how you're feeling right now. Are you getting value? In one word, just write how it is so far for you on the chat box. Thank you, Mr. Mirani. He said exciting. Thank you so much, sir, for that. Who else is typing for us here? Please, Mr. Adeola, can you help us mute your mic? Thank you, sir. Who else again is typing? We're about 18 on this call. Let's talk. Mr. Adeola, please mute your mic. If I remove you from this class, you cannot join again in the next class, sir. Please mute your mic. Thank you. Thank you, Melody Francis. Says I'm eye-opening. One more person. Good. So let's look at your KPIs. Every business owner, you need a KPI in your business. KPI means key performance indicator. That's what it means. Key performance indicator. How do you measure your performance in your business? Yes, I don't know. You are not the business. I'm not arguing with you. You own the business. You rent the office space by yourself. I'm not arguing that with you. You own everything. No argument. But if I'm to come today and check what you are doing, will I close that business? If I'm to be an investor, I gave you money to start that business. Number one is this for your KPI. Write it down. Number one, average time to complete a task. How long does it take your staff to attend to one customer? When somebody chats you up, how long does it take before you reply them? When people pay for your services, how long does it take before you can give them what they paid for? If it takes time, do you communicate to them why it takes time? In the ease of doing business, that Osibanjo signed before Buhari last 3 years or so, feedback was one of the things that they told business to do. So your staff, when you tell people to do things in your office, how do you take them to do that particular thing? Do they understand the SOP to do that particular thing? So now say that if the average turnaround time is poor, meaning the SOP is not clear. Have you ever called MTN before and the person tells you, hold on, let me transfer it to my line manager? If you've experienced that, you can unmute your mic and say yes or no. Maybe you call MTN or Glo or any line, they'll tell you, hold on, let me transfer it to my supervisor. Have you experienced that before? You can type on the chat box, yes or no. Have you experienced it? Maybe you call MTN or Glo or something, they'll tell you that, hold on, let me transfer this call to somebody else. Okay, thank you, Mr. John. I say no. Have you ever experienced that? At one point you called MTN, Glo, they'll tell you, hold on, let me transfer this call to somebody else. Thank you also. I say yes. Omala said yes. Thanks, sir. Who else again? Have you ever called any of these telecoms to make a complaint? The person is attending to you later. I say, okay, hold on. Let me call somebody. I'll get back to you. Thank you. Now, that person does not understand the product knowledge of what you're asking. But that's why the person say, I will transfer this call. If they've not transferred your call, thank you. Say, when they said, I need to request, you're going to transfer to the right department to attend to you. Yes. So what they're trying to ensure that your turnaround time to attend to that customer is not too far. So let's bring it back to you. What has been your turnaround time to attend to people? Some of you have a WhatsApp message. Somebody send you a message. You hear them say, I'm not, currently not online. No, sir. It's called a DM, direct message. So how long will it take you to complete a client request from start to satisfaction? That's your turnaround time. Let's measure that in your business right now. Look at what? Percentage of tasks completed. This is what you should check in your business. How many customers have you closed totally? You must have called, I'll still refer back to the telecommunications or bank. Have you ever called MTN and they send you a text message and say your case have been closed? They'll send one thing on chat. They'll tell you the XYZ have been closed. Thanks for reaching us. Type yes or no on the chat box. Maybe you call MTN or Glo. They now send you a text message and say thanks for reaching MTN or reaching, I don't know what they call their network, and tell you that your case have been successful. Thank you, Mirani. That is what? Period of task completed. So you cannot see why these companies are doing big than we. So go back and ask your staffs, how many tasks have you completed? How many ticketing have you completed? The person successfully got to where he's going. When you give people tickets, do you call them and ask them how was your flight? If they tell you yes, it was okay, my flight was delayed in the airport, that is a task completed in a day. How many tasks do you complete? That alone is a performance index for your business. But some of you go to your offices, you get very busy, you cannot even measure what you've done. You say, what a busy day. It was a stressful day. If I'm to audit your day, you did nothing. You pressed your phone, attend to meetings that are pointless without revenue to come in. You run around the whole Abuja, if you're in Abuja, or run around your state. Go to your shop, close your shop, go home, and say it was a wonderful day. How many tasks were completed on time is the question. This is about what? Structuring your business for more profits. Because the more customer you attend to, the more jobs you will get. Mr. John Glass is into tailoring here, fashion, you sew. How the customer chase you around to get their material? How long will it take you to sew a native? Do you know that? The guy that's into bookings, how long will it take you to book a flight ticket and send the ticket number to the client? The man that's into diagnosis, how do you take us to get our report? How many tests is being done and completed successfully in your diagnosis center in a day? How many do we have waiting to give feedback tomorrow morning? Do we have those records in our businesses? They're not be looking out on our percentage of tasks overdue. How many tasks do you have that's overdue? Thank you. Say within 1 day to finish a complete close. Thanks, sir, for that speed. How many tasks do you have overdue right now on your table? It's not just about you getting very busy. How many tasks are you saying I'll do tomorrow? How many tasks do you have overdue in your business right now? That is the question. How many tasks do you have overdue? How many customers are on your waiting list? How many people have you collected money for that you feel okay? I will send that you told that you feel okay, when I'm done, I will quickly send you this particular money. How many staffs how many customers do you have like that on your overdue list? That is the question. So you can now say that for you to run a successful business, you should and you must be very, very intentional when it comes to running a business. You don't have things lagging around, because you know why? When you have too many tasks overdue, you will start to have issue with your customers. You start to tell lies. You start to mop up a lot of things together because you're under pressure to deliver. That's when them say, how much you pay me when you stress my life? No, the person paid you before now. The guy that's into foodstuffs, how many people do you have to deliver to? Let's say you don't deliver, people come to your place to buy. How does it take you to manage that thing? Then about cost of service delivery.
Can I say something?
Who is speaking, please?
Okay, it's me. I raised my hand up, but okay, I think you've not seen it.
Okay, I'm not seeing it. Please go on, sir.
Okay, thank you so much for this enlightenment. And I'm just smiling and laughing here because you're saying a lot of things that were just peculiar to myself, in terms of my trade.
Mm-hmm.
Like in terms of the profit part,
mm-hmm.
I feel maybe I don't need to employ anybody. Let me do the things myself. And getting a place operational because I have a space in my house. So I basically do everything. I have the office set up there. So I don't want to rent another place because I don't want to incur that cost.
Yes, sir.
That one again. Then in terms of the turnaround time, you said, I know like in a kind of business, a lot of people, you tend to give feedback to your client. And of course, they're not satisfied with it because they want something better. Yes. And then you keep going back and forth. And, you know, this could last for a week or two without closing the same thing, you know. So, so on the part of, you know, the time taken to complete this task, because you're going to set, you know, you're setting a target for yourself on how long it takes for you to finish that request. But sometimes these requests are not instant. They are continuous in the sense that the client has the time to wait. He wants you to keep going back and forth. And because there are a lot of factors affecting it, then it might not be complete as at when due. Recently, I had a challenge because while I was working on a couple of other requests myself, I forgot there was a particular request that I was supposed to have. I was supposed to get back to the customer to tell the person because there was a change in flight itinerary. I forgot to let the customer know, and the customer went to the airport when the flight had already departed. I think your flight is supposed to be in the afternoon. He said, no, you gave me in the evening. And that's when I knew that, yes, I didn't send him an update of when the flight was shifted from evening till afternoon. Now he needed to be in the UK because he needs to for 2 days. If he doesn't enter the UK, he'll be paying £3,000 for some other reason. So it's a tight one. Now, at the end of it all, in summary, it cost me about £952 to get him a ticket
to catch up
because I did not inform him, and it was my fault. So checking £952 in Naira at this stage, you know, it's a whole lot. So for me, I was broken down in the month of January because of this same thing. And I just say this minimal part of just communicating to the customer and telling the person your flight has been changed. That was just
all. I wish you have a team member that help you sort out. You can now see that I said in the beginning that some of us are good at what we do. We are still struggling. If I said that in the beginning of this call, I don't know if maybe you joined then. I said some of us are good at what we do, but we are still struggling because you know why? We have so much things to process. So no matter how good no matter the strength a donkey have, if you put so much load on that donkey, the donkey will sink on the desert. I don't know if you are with us. Can you all hear me on this call, please? Thanks, Mr. Mirani, for showing that example was like I felt your pain. I know what it takes. I know what you're going through, right? I know what you went through. Because when I was coming from the UK last 2 weeks, the same thing happened to me for Lufthansa. I want to come to Nigeria on the 7th of January. I rescheduled it online. On nothing that did not debit my account, dollar account. It was when I got to the airport that morning, they said that I only have a booking. I only have a booking, but I have not yet paid. I know what I went through that morning. So please, in business, you must know every negligence will cost you. It will cost you that £950. Check that to Naira right now. That is nothing close to about. It's about 1.9 or 1.8 million or not 1.7 million Naira. He paid because there was a gap in communication, because the task completed time was not analyzed well. The task overdue end up covering the task completed. Please, are we all together? You can put yes on, just type yes if you stay on the chat call. Please, thank you, Mr. That was a fantastic example Mr. Mirani just gave. Please type here if you're still on this call. Because you cannot see, now if Mr. Mirani worked for a company, tell me why on earth you not get a query. Tell me why on earth you not go on suspension. Tell me why on earth will I not debit your salary to ensure that you pay that debt you give to the company. But because it's your personal business, you just lick your wounds and go. But it has cost you. How many tickets do you need to book to make that money you've paid now? You can now see why at some point we need team members in our team, because there are some costs you cannot cut. The cost you are trying to cut by not employing so much people to maximize your profits has turned back now to cut you hard. If only you had maybe an office space, like a workstation. Please, I want to say this to everybody on this call. If you know you still work from home, it's time to move out from your house. Go and look for offices. There are some offices that they share space. Like in Abuja now, I know in my office, we do that in my office too. Like a workstation, you pay, is it 20,000 or 25,000 they pay every month. Just to ensure, there's this thing you must learn to trick your mind to success. Please write on the chat box. I must learn to trick my mind to success. Type on the chat box, please. I must learn to trick my mind to success. Type on the chat box. I must learn to trick my mind to success. Write on the chat box, please. I must learn to trick my mind to success. Thank you so much, my awesomeness, for that. I must learn to trick my mind. See, you can do this a lot from home, but I can tell you, not until you take that pain of going out, wake up in the morning around 8, around 7, dress, go to where you are paying, maybe you are co-sharing office space. Go to where you are co-sharing office space. Wake up in the morning, go to the shop where you are, dress there. There was one guy that was wearing suit one time to sell he said something. They saw on social media. People were mocking the guy. I laughed. I said, that guy is tricking his mind for success. So please, move out from your home right now. Go and rent an office. You cannot rent an office space that is because of cost. Get where you know you can just rent. You can pay. There are many offices you can share. Like in, for those of us in Abuja, there's the Novea Mall. There are workstation. Even in my office, we have a workstation where you can rent. You have your own table, have everything in that place there. Just ensure you show that, because it's through there you can manage your human resources, financial, intellectual, and material. That is what will now enable you to understand your business into operation and strategy. So let's say that at times your overdue tax is affecting your cost of service delivery. Now let's take Mr. Mirani. Thank you, sir, for that example. Now you can now see that because Mr. Mirani overdue tax overshadowed the task completed, it now affected what? The cost of service delivery. That cost him £950 extra. How much do you make from that transaction? Loss. So you that is into, let's say, fashion. Now my tailor this morning now sold a dress for me. And when I wore it, I knew he was not the one that sold that thing because of pressure. I gave him about 6 natives to sew for me. Now, the guy, I know, even in my dream, he can sew for me. But why? I said no. And I told him to pick this dress back and sew me a new one. I'm not after amendment. You can't make, no, sew me a new one. He said, okay, sir. Now, that is another cost on him. Because why? The task completed, average time to complete a task, maybe after a client paid him or I paid him, he felt I will do it when I'm ready. So many of us are on this call. Our problem is you want to do it when you are ready. You feel, you know, this small thing, I'll do it out. I can just do it in 3 minutes. They're not called, okay, task completed in time. So after that, you now bring to the next one. Cost of managing your process. Do you need to outsource some of your job out? Or do you need to collaborate with friends that are not in your business, but they can help you get people to do what you want to do quickly? What is the cost for managing your business process? Let's say like the man that's into food stuff now. What is the cost for cooling your, what is it called? Your food stuff, your oil, Do you have a warehouse for that? Your chickens, do you put them, do you have enough lights? These are questions for cost of managing process. The man that is into building, the engineer on this call, what is the cost to manage that process? When you bring 10 people to sites to work, do you clearly measure what they do? So, sir, you cannot see. When you say I'm a CEO, I own a business, it's not about your title. It's not about your logo. It's not about your letterhead paper. It's not about that office that you rent. Your pastor or your imam going to pray. They anoint the place. You open his business in Jesus' name or in Allah's name. Sir, all those are ceremony. Not your logo, not your letterhead paper, not the uniform your staff are wearing every day. No, sir. This is business here. Tell me, how would you run a business like that you not make profit? Why will people not come to you all the time? Sir, please, ma, on this call, you pay 25,000, but I'm giving you everything that works for me. You must see your business in numbers, in money. See your business in money form. Then I look at the next one, downtime and availability. Yes, this is another problem again. Many of you are never reachable. Your phone number is always busy, always off, always busy, always off. Somebody sending a message, 2 days is not yet replied. Some of you, maybe because of your dubious nature, you collect money, you don't deliver, you're off your phone. That can be part of it. Some of you, you are genuine, you are sincere, but you are just too busy doing nothing. A client chats you up to reply is a problem. Yes, yeah, I'm busy. If you are busy, employ who can attend to that person. This second month of this year. If you know you cannot handle that business, if you know you cannot handle the operations, get somebody. Some of you have, that I said in the beginning of this call, please write on the chat box. My business is about operation and strategy. Please write on the chat box, please. My business is about operation and strategy. My business, write on the chat box, please. My business is about operation. Thank you so much, Mr. John Blad. Thank you, Mr. Dumps. I want to, we're about 19 here. I need minimum 10 people to type that in. My business is about operation and strategy. Thank you, Dr. Tochi. Thank you for that. Effie, thank you. My business is about operation and strategy. Thank you, Mr. Mirani. So, thank you. I want to, let's see point in. My business is about operation and strategy. My business is about operation and strategy. Write it there. I want to, how many do we have here now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you, Mr. Omale. My business is about operation and strategy. Thank you, Mr. Maya. Good. Now, you could not pick that call because you are focusing on strategy. You're in a meeting, strategic meeting. Someone is asking you, doctor, somebody want to see you, sir. How can he see you? No, sir. You should design a form to book an appointment. That is to reduce your downtime time. How available are you? Some of you have so much things to do that you're not available. I understand you are very busy. That's why you need to go back to create a system to help you handle this whole thing. For example, for you to see me, you need to book a session. Now you book a session means that I must be available for that time. So how many downtime time do you have? When customer is trying to lay complaint to you, can they reach you immediately? These are questions. So it's not about renting an office, it's not about painting the office space, it's not about those things you are doing. Then now the number of complaints received. Remember, I was talking about performance management here. Number of complaints received. How many customers returned that thing that they bought from you? How many people felt dissatisfied? Did you call them after they paid you to know how it went, what is going, how did it go? Did you call them back? No, you never called them back. Some of you cannot even call some people back in your business right now because they'll tear you apart because it's not what the order you give to them. Integrity issue. Some of you to refund is a problem. You cannot refund. You say, no more refund. No, sir, you must refund. Learn to 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 refund. If somebody pay you 10,000 for a job, and the parent say, I'm not satisfied, please calculate how much it genuinely cost you for production. Take that money out and refund the remaining back to them. For me, I refund a lot in my business, sir. If you pay me, you say you're not okay with what I have done, I will calculate what I have done, genuinely in clear conscience, and refund you the balance. You know why? Karma does not need your address to find you. Please, let's type on the chat box again. I know this is me and you this evening. Type, Karma does not need my address to find me. Please type it on the chat box. Karma does not need my address to find me. Karma does not need my address to find me. Karma does not need my address to find me. Please type on the chat box. My address to find me. Yes, sir. Thank you for those that are engaging. Thank you. Karma does not need. Thank you, Mr. Omale, for that. Karma does not need my address to find me. Thank you, Anne, for that. So, how many complaints do you receive? And how do you treat those complaints? So this is what makes you a CEO, not your title. Now, volume of tax per staff. Some of you make this mistake in your business all the time because you have one particular staff, a maker that is good in what he does. You want to kill a maker with work. A maker this, a maker that, a maker this, Chine do this, Aisha that, Aisha, Akin. No, sir. No. All your staff should have an idea of what happened in all departments. My team members have a clear insight. I assign tasks randomly to everybody. Yes, it's not your job description, but you should understand how it works. The era of employing robots is past. Who just come to the office and do one thing and go home is past, sir. Some of you, as I said in the beginning of this call, you are good at what you do, but you are struggling. You know why? Because the volume of tax on your table is too much. Look at Mr. Mirani. Sorry, I'm always calling you, sir. You get a good example. I believe we learn from that. Now, Mr. Mirani understands his business. He's intelligent. He's a smart guy. He has a company. But what happened that made his cost? Let me be using my pen here. So what happened that shoot up Mr. Mirani what? Cost of delivering service. Or because what happened was that the volume of tax on him was much. Am I right? You can put yes or no on the chat box. Don't you think so?
Correct, sir.
Correct, sir. So you're not saying that because the volume of tax on him was much, automatically you can't cheat nature. There's no vacuum in business. They must be filled all the time. So when the volume of tax on him was much, it cost him the cost of delivering that services because he had other overdue tax on him. This is how you measure your staff performance. I tell my staff that if I'm to work with them for 1 month, every day, 8 to 5, many of them don't resign and run away because this is how I think. So when you see me on Facebook, social media, I'm posting, you say, man, this guy is successful. Now, this is what I do. I ask myself, Abraham, what is the volume of tasks have you completed today? This is how you run it. This is what makes you a CEO. You must always be proactive, not reactive. Some of us react. As it happens, we are reacting. We are praying, we are fasting, we are hoping it does not happen. No, sir. No, ma'am. Hope is not a strategy in business. Hope is not a strategy. You hope the client forgets. You hope the client does not come tomorrow, he come next week. You hope that the client will pay the balance when you've not created urgency around what they are to pay for. You hope. No, sir. Hope is not a strategy. Please write it in your book, not on the chat. Right away. Hope is not a strategy in my business. Not here. Write it on your writing material. Hope, H-O-P-E, is not a strategy in my business. Because if you go through this route, you'll not be hoping that it work well. Wow, we've gone far. So, now look at this now. let's take it a step further as we need to close for this evening session. This brings us to what? The next one. Customer rating of service. Do you take time to call customers back? How do you feel about that service? What do you think we should improve on? Feedback. Me and my friends went to Transcorp like 3 weeks ago for breakfast in the morning. After we eating, the lady brought a app and said we should rate her service. That alone will make the people, your staff, sit up. As a one-man business, do you chat your customer up? Sir, I just want to say thank you for the other time. How was my service? Is there any way you want me to improve on? That can be a rating for you, sir. The guy that's still full stuff, ask somebody, the beans, when you cook, I hope you done well. The rice, hope you not soak water. The gari when you buy from my place, hope the gari they draw well. You know, they scatter when you have to make a bar. Sir, that's the customer rating. You don't need to speak grammar. It's a feedback you are getting for customer. The man that owns an hospital, doctor, 2 of you that are into medical place here, you yourself can pick your phone and call a customer. Tell your lab staff, give me the form that the test you did, the duplicate copy. Sir, take that number on your phone and call that person. Hello, how you doing? My name is what is your name, sir? Again, I'm not seeing the whole people on this call. What is your name, sir? Yeah. It's not on this call. Okay, let's just come with Dr. Tochi. I'm Dr. Tochi. I'm the MD of XYZ. I can see you did a test. How was the whole process? Hope it's not too stressful. Sir, that girl was a very saucy girl. Don't tell me with the owner of Cedar Chris call. Please don't tell me with the what do they call them in hospitals? Is it the FM or the DM or what do you call them? The managing director of FMC. Will they call a patient in the surgical ward? Sir, you're not imagining that your business is still growing. So don't allow arrival mentality make you feel you've arrived because you are a doctor, you are a CEO, or you have a master's in your business. No, sir. No, sir. You must go aggressively on these things, sir. Pick your phone and call. How are you doing, man? Congratulations, delivered in my place some weeks ago. I can see from your file. I appreciate. How was the service? You might not tell your name. Just call, okay, I'm calling from the customer care unit department. How are you doing, sir? XYZ. You might not tell them your name, so they don't say the guy coming from the hospital himself. But I believe if you tell them that you are the owner of the business you are calling, they'll respect you more. They will feel for the person to have. I have a farm. Early last year, I called some people that are selling that buy egg in our farm. Madam, how you dey? Thank you. Buy egg from my farm. How body? How body? Yeah, Oga, that your egg too small. Madam, now the feed one they buy, now I make them small. Oga, that your farm too far. The road not good. Madam, that road, now government road, but we'll try and see how we want to have the community, joint community repair that road. That alone make them know that you care for the business beyond collecting their money. Yes, something in your mind is telling you now, after all, they pay for the service. Now, why do I bother? You need to bother because if someone like me come to your space, I'll take your customer from you. Mr. Mirani, please call that customer, call that client. I can imagine the drama that must have happened that day in the airport. I can imagine. It's crazy. International flight is not child's play. You need to check in, you need to go through immigration, custom. So I know that client anger. It can shoot you if you're there. So if you might lose that client, except you have a good relation with that person. So please, you need to call that person maybe this week. How are you doing, sir? How was your flight? That thing you're trying to do, hope it's going well. Even though it's last month it happened. Please, my apology once more again.
Actually, that day, yes, the wife called me from the UK and she was telling me, so there's supposed to be, it's actually a referred customer from a friend and we now became friends.
Mm-hmm.
So the wife called me and that night I could not really sleep. I just told them, okay, you know what, I will get back to them. My point was that how do I pay the money first?
Yes.
That was what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, for the companies I've worked for, the travel companies I've worked for before, what they do is that they push the customer to a point where, you know, they get a date that is cheaper for the company to bear the loss. When it's too much, but you know, they will make you kind of like, if it's too urgent for you, you buy the ticket, then solve the issue later. But they will not do that for you then, because it will be too much on the cost for the company. So they'll try to suggest a closer date that is a bit cheaper. But I knew that, you know, this has to do with an increase with the UK system. So they needed to move. So I had to decide that night to know what decision will I take before it was morning. By the time I woke up, I saw missed calls on my phone already. So all I did was I just paid and I sent a ticket to him. So it doesn't start with a conversation, okay, where are we now and all that. The pressure went low when he saw that there was a result. Your flight is also time. I've checked you in. I've given you your boarding pass. You need to be at the airport. That was just the communication. So when he left to the UK. For 2 days, we didn't talk. But I was quiet. But I felt pain. I felt pain that maybe he will consider me as in, like, how do you use this kind of money? This money is too much now, you know, because at the end of it, the ticket was bought for barely $1 million. And that's the return ticket. Yes. But now you've used one leg, you're only using one leg, and you know the cost is already about 1.6 or 1.7, almost 1.7 million already just to change. So for me, I felt it was too much. Maybe he needed to consider me and all that. He was quiet. But after a while, some days later, he now told me that, man, it's like this thing must have really affected me so much that he doesn't even know how to ask me. He wants to book another ticket. I read it, but I was quiet. I was thinking on the dimension to answer. Because for me, I was already upset. How do I answer this person? Why tell him? Because I was like, I don't want to even do anything for him. I'm already but I just thought about it again, and I said, okay. I said, miss whatever you're going to in the UK. So that was the first point. My own point was that it's not about me, it's about you. So that you can succeed in what you're going to the UK for. Then afterwards, you know, money, you know, we can discuss, you know, any other thing. But that was the first point. He now said, thank you very much for considering that point and all that. So he's now said, okay, that when he gets money, he will send something to me so that I can cushion that the amount I used. But even though if I can still check him a ticket, I can, you know, he now send me another itinerary for him, you know, for me to check and all that. So that's how we really kind of like ended the conversation and all that.
You can see now. So please, you know why please, Nigeria is 220 million. You make money from this. See, you don't need 1,000 people to loyal to what you are doing. 1,000 returning customers. It's too big. You need 500 people to come back every month to refer you. Do me a favor. Go and check your state where you have that business now. Please go to Google and type how many people live in Umuahia, how many people live in Lagos, how many people live in Enugu, how many people live in Kaduna, how many people are in Abuja. No, we don't think this way. Know your state size, and all you don't need 1,000 people to know what you are doing consistently, and you need just 500 people to know to come back, and you need 100 people that are loyal to your brand. I'm telling you, keep getting a lot. Remember, I was talking about structuring your business for what? More profits. Then I'm looking at also the what? Number of process error. Yes. How many errors, how many wrong things do you give? You think it was the right thing? Mr. Marani is not the only person that is guilty of this. I showed people a ticket last week. My staff prepared an invoice for a client that wanted to do structure with us, 1.5 million naira or so. Then the error on that message was being payment for business structure and strategy, 1,050,000. Who was on this class when I shared that invoice that last week? I'll be last 2 weeks. I don't know when were you on this class. You can put yes, type it on the chat box. When you see that analysis, that example that day. Who was there? Okay, thank you. Now that was what? Process error in our system. Because telling a customer that I want to pay 1.5 million, that is to pay 1,050,000, that was the process error. How many like that do you have in your business? It's not about shouting. It's not about English. How many? So the goal is to minimize that error. The goal is to minimize what? The task per staff. Yes, I know, Bolaji, Akin, Emeka, Nkechi, Musa, Yaradua, they were there when you started that business. They are the best staff you have. Please, distribute your staff, distribute tasks with other people. Don't have a favorite staff. Don't have a favorite staff. It's wrong to say this is my favorite staff. You create commotion in your system. Let people input determine their position in your business. Let people, their input. Anybody that have good turnaround time, anybody that can complete his tasks on time, anybody that have less overdue tasks, anybody that does not cost your business delivery service too much, anybody that can manage cost of process, anybody that is always available for the business growth, that is always giving excuse and complain why he cannot do it for the company because today is weekend, he cannot be there. Anybody that can tell you that receive less complaint, sir, that should be your best staff for the month. If the following month, the person cannot tick all these boxes, don't give the person best staff. If you now bring emotion, Tochi was with me when I started this hospital. No, he's the best staff. Now lie. It's a lie. You saying Musa was most at the diagnosis center. He was one that went to look for the shop. He's one that went to go and buy the equipment. He's one, no, he's the best staff. It's a lie. It's a wrong, it's an error process as owner of that business. Then look at the next one also. Return on investment. That business you are doing, that laptop you are using for booking that ticket, what value do you use to buy that laptop? Have you made the return on investment? That printer used to print tickets. That printer used to print out the ticket. Have you making that toner, that ink you buy to print out that ticket? That software you buy to put it on PDF to send to your customers, the data you are buying to chat with clients. Do you know the expense of your data? Do you get return on investment on that thing? Mr. John Vlad is into fashion. The machine you buy for sewing, how much was that machine? If you done last week assignment, you understand what I'm talking about now. How much do you invest in buying that machine? Have you gotten a return of investment on that thing? Not how much you sell, the profit you get, you now remove and say, this is part of what I brought into this business. So so when you sit down in an office, AC is blowing you. This is what you should be thinking in your business. Not only car key, coming in your office, pressing your car, not this complimentary card you are doing, sharing it like flyer that want people down to come to your church or you come to your mosque. All these things are visibility. They don't convert. This is what converts in business. So please, God has blessed you with a fine car. Thank God. God has blessed you with your degree. Thank God. God has blessed you with money to start business. We thank God for those things. But guess what? God will not do for man what man can do for himself. Please write that on the chat box, please. God will not do for man what man can do for himself. God will not do for man what man can do for himself. Man here represent both male and female. Thank you so much, Mr. Mirani, for that. God will not come and check your task completed or task not completed. No, sir. God will not do that for you. Please, let's type it here. We are much on this call. God will not do for man what man can do for himself. Yeah, I know some of us are believers. We are pastors on this call, but let's be objective here. Thank you so much, Mr. John Glad. Who is typing it here? We are more than 16 on this call. You say hallelujah. Who else is typing? Thank you, Dr. Tochi. Thanks for that. Thank you, Mr. Ife. God has blessed you with the wisdom. You did not die in your university days. You are in sound health. God has made you graduated. Today, God has blessed you. You have money to start that business. But God will not come and check the number of process error in your business. God will not come down and check. So this is what they do. This is what they do in Europe. They don't pray. This is what they do in China. They don't believe in God. Because if you do all these things, why will you pray? It's true. If you do all these things correctly, why would you start saying, oh Lord, please let this customer not get angry with me? No, sir. You promise the client that you'll deliver the test report they did in your diagnosis center by 2. If for any reason there was a light outbreak, you could not check the blood sample. Sir, call the client, the patient. Hello, I'm calling for XYZ. Let's say Mr. Tochi Hospital or Diagnosis Hospital. Due to XYZ, your test will be available by 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. Sorry for the inconvenience. Now you save that patient the money that they will pay from their house to come to your hospital. And you know their anger. I wasted money to your place. Nobody will reach me. That is not God factor again, sir. It's you that need to do that. Meaning negligence can affect your return on investment. So God will not do for you what you can do for yourself in your business. So this is what we're talking about. That's why you see that's why when you go to countries that don't believe in God, go to people that are not Christians, go to Dubai that are Muslims, that our faiths are totally different. They pray differently from what we pray. We are Christians, they are Muslims. Yes, we believe in the same God, but the prayer of we believing in God differs. They are getting results. Go and see what Dubai is doing. Now they are building line. Go to YouTube, go and type The Line. The Line. THELIN. The Line is the new face of Dubai development, sir. That is not about anointing oil. That is not prayer. That is somebody, a leader with a vision that have a time frame to do what you want to do. So please, I'm Abraham by name. I believe in God so much. But stop stressing your angel with unnecessary prayer. Your return on investment, you are buying fake things as equipment, and you need a return on investment. How will you do that? Your laptop battery is bad, and that is what you used to chat with customer. To go and buy battery, 30,000 naira, you're buying one of 2,005. Yes, you might say, I don't have money. Where I get the money for? Please, go and borrow. Ask your friends and family. Please, I need 30,000. I want to buy original HP battery. With the mind that that battery can give you a return on investment to pay off that debt. So now the next one, what? Equity debt ratio. How is your business equity like? The money you invested in your business, can you calculate that money out? That is what I gave to you last week. The money you put into that business right now, if the bank was to borrow you the money that you used to start that business, can you pay the bank this month ending? Let's own your business right now. Bank give you 2 million, 10 million, 20, let's say 50 million last year. By now, can you pay this January money from the money you borrowed? No or yes. Now what? Operating margin. So all these are things that I believe that should make you run a business successfully. So run this thing on yourself, not about your staff. If you're a one-man business, you can do this on yourself also. The revenue per employee, yes. How much does each staff bring to your business? Last month, I did something with my staff, and I told them that if you cannot meet your targets, you will get, if you meet your revenue target, you get 100% of your salary. If you meet 75%, you get, if you meet half, if you a bit above 50, you get 70% of your salary. But if you meet just, you cannot get to 50%, you earn 50% of your salary. What I did was revenue per staff. How much is each staff bringing? But today, they might feel it's a wicked boss. This my boss is a very wicked person. I came to office all through. I not pay my salary complete. What I just deployed was revenue per staff. So go back. What's the revenue per staff? Sir, Mr. Adeola, please do me a favor. Mute your mic, sir. Mr. Ruben Adeola, please mute your mic. If I remove you from this class, you cannot join again till next week or tomorrow. Thank you so much. So, you're not talking about revenue per staff. You're not talking about employee satisfaction index. Yes. It's one thing for you to have your title as a CEO Are your staff happy in that business? Are they feeling subcharged? Are they feeling as a means to an end? All you know how to do is to come there, give command, shout. Somebody say it's not feeling fine. It's none of your business. Do you create time like team bonding? Like, oh, today, on Sunday, let's meet on Sunday. Let's go out as staff of this company. Do you give them bonus? That boy in your shop, that boy, that girl in your shop, working in your shop, do you create time for them? Okay, you know what? It's weekend. You can go home. Or are you that kind of wicked person? If you don't close, your staff will only, like you want to use them. In your mind, I'm paying you, so you must die here. How satisfied is you? Remember, karma does not need your address to find you. The person that telling you, sir, today, tomorrow, you might need that person's help somewhere. So go back and check your staff index. Then what? Order fulfillment cycle time. How long will it take you to complete an order? Somebody make the call from chat. Hello, am I speaking to Mr. Mirani Travel and Tour? So when you now send them that ticket, what is that fulfillment? Do they feel fulfilled? That man that chatted you up that said, I don't know how to reach you, but I want to book a ticket. That I don't know shows there's a barricade in your flow. That I don't know how I understand that code, that blockage you are feeling with that client is something already. Now what? Production output. A production output. What's your output like? Please just type on the chat box how you are feeling this evening so far. Do you think this performance management is clear? Just type in 2 words. How is this session being to you right now? Tomorrow, we're having one of our general manager, Mr. Temba, will be taking tasks, business transition tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be a wonderful time. I can assure you for that. So the other that we're looking at also, your customer satisfaction index. This is different from your customer rating. How many customers do you think are really happy and satisfied with your business? How many customers do you think are happy with your business? How many customers can give you referrals? That's what we're talking about. The customer acquisition cost. What does it cost you to acquire new customers? Your Facebook ad, people that know rich about you, use that customer acquisition cost. And the last one, you'll now be what? Your market visibility. Your customer visibility, your business visibility. For you to be able to raise revenue in your business, you need visibility. Some of you are good in what you do, but you are struggling so hard with your visibility. Your WhatsApp, please go and download WhatsApp Business. Please, I'm going to type on the group right now and BGS. A second, please. I just typed hello, good evening in our group right now. Please click it and see the way my WhatsApp Business is arranged. As a doctor, you can arrange your services on your WhatsApp Business. Whatever you are doing here, you can arrange. You get that selling beans and rice. Beans, one bag of beans for the 5,000 naira. One bag of this. You can arrange. So when you see, your WhatsApp is your new complimentary card right now. So you can type those things there and get more visibility in your business. So with this, I also come to an end of tonight's session. I want to say a very big thank you to every one of you for entrusting us with your hard-earned income. Tomorrow will be going to be a wonderful day. Mr. Temba will be taking your transition, how to understand the way tasks work in your business, how to calculate your business from CAC, how to register from CAC. Those of you that are registered from CAC, have you been filing back to CAC? All this is what we're going to look at tomorrow. by 7. Thank you so very much. Do me a favor. It's a request and I'm asking for a favor. Please go to the group and just express yourself on the group about our training so far. How have you felt so far about this training? Please, that is the only favor I'm asking you. I'm not asking you to pay extra. Just go there. If we are 18 here on this call, you can go back on the group and just type how have this training been. Please just type it there. Some of you read what other people wrote. That's why you attended this class, right? So please go back there on the WhatsApp group, and write how it has been. Thank you so very much. I love you so much. And see you tomorrow evening by 7 p.m. Thanks. Have a good night. Please, well, I'll expect your feedback on the group. Thank you so much. Good night.